afternoon to you. This beautiful Saturday afternoon from the studio of Honor 103.5 FM. Happy weekend to everybody under the sound of my voice. Thank God for life. It is time again to fulfill destiny. It is time to preach the word according to the word of sport. Definitely we'll be doing that this afternoon. Today is the 8th day in the month of July 2023. And welcome to Sports Arena on the Sporting Big platform on 103.5 FM. And in case you don't know, we are broadcasting live from the city of Ibadan, the capital city of Oyo State, at DC Sport Arena, where we celebrate the biggest and the hottest news making the run in the world of sport.
When it seems like everything around is trying to pull you down, just believe.
And this afternoon, we'll be doing justice to several sporting issues, starting from the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria, all the drama surrounding the camp of the Super Falcons. We'll be talking about that this afternoon. And not to forget the Nigeria Super 8. Just yesterday, Remo Stars defeating Yimba by 2-1. We'll talk about tennis this afternoon. And don't you forget, Wimbledon is on the way. And definitely several action and several talking points coming from Wimbledon. We'll talk about basketball. About volleyball, don't you forget, definitely several stories coming from volleyball this afternoon. Talk about several transfer making the run in the world of football. Definitely from United to Chelsea to Arsenal. We talk about that this afternoon. Don't forget boxing. We talk about that again this afternoon. These are many more stories that will be coming your way this afternoon. My name is Ayomiku Adeni. Of course, I'm not the only one in the studio. I've got a friend with me, and together we'll be doing justice to several talking points. Nelson is in the building. Nelson, good afternoon and welcome to Honor 103.5 FM Sports Arena, the biggest platform talking sports this beautiful Saturday afternoon with you.
Well, good afternoon to you, Ayomiku. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon to do justice to some talking points making the rounds coming from the ever-exciting world of sport, most especially the Nigeria scene, around the Wild Run and the NFF, the MBBF, of course, and of course also the D Tigers as well. And Wimbledon is on transfers as well, and for transfers, most Chelsea, what's it called?
Players,
no fans.
Okay,
are actually crazy about the idea that Mason Mount.
Yes,
why would
that's
Mason Mount join Man United of all clubs in the world? But then it's a beautiful time to be here to talk sport this afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming on the show this afternoon. We start with football, and definitely we're starting from the home ground, talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We know the issues surrounding the camp of the Super Falcons from the NFF to the coach of that team. A few days to the World Cup, and Nigeria is still battling with issues, financial issues, this and that, coming from the NFF. And this is not the first time we're having this issue between NFF and the coaching crew of the Super Falcons. Going to the World Cup, do you think this is not a distraction to the team?
Well, it's actually a distraction to the team. Let me quickly take you through what has happened with Randy Waldrum and NFF. Well, he's speaking his mind, by the way, and he has continued to speak his mind. And from what he said that the federation, that's the Nigerian Football Federation, has been unprofessional and inadequate in the way they are doing things. He has said that the NFF has owed him salaries for months, and of course they are also interfering in his players' selection. And well, in his outburst, he actually stated that people believe that a team performance should be based on the coach, but then you should also look at the federation wise as well. And so it now boils down to something. Florence Omagbemi, when she was there, it was the same issue. We also got Thomas Denaby. When he was also there, it was also the same issue. Now Randy Waldrum. And I think the question is, why now?
Why is it coming out?
Why is it now? Yeah. The point is, he's trying to do a thing whereby once he fails, he's taking the blame away from him. He's putting every blame now on the NFF.
NFF, yeah.
And now it comes down to administrative issues. The question is, what is wrong with the NFF in terms of administration? What is wrong with the NFF in terms of administration?
Okay.
That is the question. And now it all boils down to NFF. The NFF are the issue. You could remember 2019 after the World Cup. What's her name? Desire Paranozie came out to bust out. She busted out and said that NFF are owing them
Bonuses,
allowances. And what NFF did was they just had to make sure she was the scapegoat because she was the captain then, and they made sure that she did not come back to the team just until recently. I would just say the issues has been on. Prior to Amaju Pinnick, there was I've forgotten his name. I've forgotten the name of the previous manager before Ahmad, the previous NFF president before Amaju, and now also Musa Gusau. It is still the same stories we were talking about. Okay, before you continue, I would like to make references to what has been going on with our federation when it comes to football in Nigeria. Apart from the Super Falcons, we have issue with the likes of the Flying Eagles also. Match bonuses, winning bonuses and all that. I could remember the year we went for Olympic where the NFF could not, come to the rescue of those guys that went to the Olympic, if not because of Mikel Obi that paid those things. Now, let's go down to how we manage our football federation here in Nigeria. We have several issues. We have several issues talking about mismanagement, talking about finances, and there is a rule that if the nation cannot even investigate how they are spending the money in NFF. Now, going to this Super Falcons issue also is repeating itself again. In 2019, like you said, it happens again, and definitely in the AFCON, we have a player because he complained about NFF not paying their match bonuses on time. They boycotted the training against Zambia and all that. So, going on to this World Cup also, several issues surrounding the team again. I don't know where we are going to start from, but then let us break it down to let's break it down to the lowest form now. Let's start from the NFF. Should we say it's still a rumor that we are having financial issues surrounding NFF? I don't know basically, because everything has always boiled down to financial.
Because now they are not saying anything about the financial acquisition. They are only focusing on the coaches' weak points and saying several other things surrounding the coach. They are not even talking about the financial issue surrounding that particular team.
Yeah, and I also I got this information, by the way, this morning from someone, from a very reliable source, by the way, in Nigerian sports. She said that the girls are even asking for, okay, since you are not giving us match bonuses, then take care of our day-to-day feeding there, because we are here to represent our country, and so you cannot just leave us like that. Fine, FIFA has promised that every player in this World Cup will get about $30,000 US. Yeah. Now, it will not come immediately.
This might be after the tournament.
It might be after the tournament, maybe October or July, August will be the FIFA World Cup. That means it might actually come around September or October. So that means now they are asking for. So if you're not giving us match bonuses, by the way, so it now boils down to something that it is about financial issues. And let me take you back to what Randy Waldrum also said, because he actually said something that he said that he had been informed by a reliable source how FIFA in October last year tried to help all the 32 participating teams by giving each team, apart from the players, each team $96,000 to prepare for the tournament. Well, he did not stop there. He did not stop there. He also said that the federation had been contributing to the hindrance of the team's success ahead of the tournament. And he claimed that the body refused to give the players proper welfare, and this and this and this. So it's more or less like this. See, the point is, we cannot afford getting managers abroad. We cannot afford it.
But then if we still have the local coaches, we will still be battling with financial issues. Remember, even the Flamingos of Nigeria still, there's still news surrounding their payment also. So it's not about a foreign coach or local coach. It's about the federation not doing the right thing at the right time.
You see, the thing is this. Like I said earlier, it's all about structure. It's more or less like we don't know what we are doing. It's more or less like football. It's not only football. Sports generally, we don't really know what we are doing. The thing is, those that are there, are they really sport inclined? That is the question. Those that are they really sport inclined? So that goes to show that we don't really know what we are doing. See, Randy Waldrum has totally shifted the blame
On the NFF.
On the NFF. That means whatever happens at the World Cup, do not put the blame on the girls and of course on the manager, on the coach. And so that it's a sad reality right now. And I think we are not going far. I will be surprised if we actually go far in this tournament.
I mean, there are rumors flying around that the girls are about to boycott the
tournament. Actually came out and
denied the rumor, but then it's still flying around. We never can tell what will happen. They might not boycott the matches, but the training section might be boycotted because it happened during AFCON. And just imagine yesterday we saw Zambia defeating Germany. Are going to the World Cup. We have still goes to see how they are preparing for this World Cup. Other teams are preparing, but then we are still battling with financial issues.
Let me tell you the truth. In terms of our preparation, in terms of the way we play right now, is far different from other African nations. Morocco, for example, went to get Olympique Lyonnais manager who won the trophy of the UEFA Champions League twice. It's about we have to just rebuild. That's just it. We have to rebuild from the NFF stage down to the body. See, like I said earlier, I said we need an home-based manager, but then there's also going to be an issue.
Yeah.
If we don't have money to pay a foreign-based player, right now they can't sack him. Why? Because it's about 14 or 16 days to the World Cup already, and so we can't sack him. He's already he's in Australia, right?
But we know immediately after this World Cup, his job is over.
He has done what he wanted to do. He has taken the girls to the World Cup. That's his dream. He wants to go to the World Cup, and he has achieved it, by the way. So right now, the thing is, okay, let's go to Florence Omagbemi rather. She and her staff actually had to protest in the city of Abuja. Who does that? Because of payment. Are you telling me that these NFF personnel are not getting paid every month?
I mean, they got subvention from the federal government and definitely even from FIFA.
I don't know why
they are not getting
paid every month.
I mean, to the point that even
are you
our
telling
local
me that there
coaches,
is no sponsor? We have to look inward. Questions need to be asked.
When it comes to our federation, the way we manage things is quite different from how our football is being done elsewhere. You know, to the point that even our local coaches, we don't know the details of their contract. You know, we saw what happened to the assistant coach of the Super Eagles. We don't know even the contract they have on table to the under 20, to the under 17, to the Flamingos and all that. We still don't know details of the contract of our coaches.
Now it also brings me back to something. Randy Waldrum was coming and he has his own set of guys that he's going to bring up.
His assistants,
and you still add others to join. Now, also in his statement, I've got something here that's quite interesting, and that was his conclusion. He actually concluded by querying why NFF is allowing only 11 of his technical staff to travel with him to the World Cup, because FIFA has approved the payment of bonuses to 22 coaching staff members. So these are, honestly, if you have to ask me, I will tell you that nobody's going to put the blame on Randy Waldrum right now, actually, because everything is more or less like.
But then the federal government cannot investigate the financial play of the NFF. That is just the point. The point is, sport should not be interfered by the government. But then the government finance. This sporting movement.
See, the thing is, we have a long way to go. We really have a long way to go. In terms of sport in the whole world, we are babies right now. We really have a long way to go. We just have to build up right now, because it's I don't know. But then I just feel the NFF, we just, in terms of structure, we just need to rebuild, basically.
That will take us to the MBBF, because several issues surrounding the Tigers also.
One problem to another.
we still have financial issues. We still have the tryouts, bringing new players prior to the biggest tournament in Africa and all that. The same issue we have with the NFF. Same issue we still have with the MBBF. Although it might not be financial issues this time around, but when it comes to the administrative issue of the MBBF, we are still having a typical and serious issue surrounding that guest also.
Now, I'll just be quick on this one, basically, because I don't want to spend much. So if you are spending much time on Nigerian situations, it gives you a headache, and that's the truth. And it talks about in terms of Nigerian football, it definitely gives you a headache. So I will not spend time on this one. But basically, the truth is, you don't go 18 days to a tournament.
Okay.
And you want to do trial.
Okay, Nelson, you just have to hold on. We'll go on a short commercial break, and when we return, we'll continue the conversation.
Oh la la! Have you been to a top-notch hotel in Ibadan? A one-stop at Hotel The Field in Bodija. It is an experience you don't want to miss. The aesthetic edifice is laced with 24 hours electricity supply, AC tight rooms, serene environment, courteous staff, and all comfort you can ever think of. Don't go too far. Sample our services. We have superior bed space, executive bed space, deluxe studio, big space for all occasions, with all the comforts you can ever think of within and outside the country, Nigeria. Visit number 1B, Ululunge Street, Salami Estate, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 08033-950-705 or Hotel The Field. One stop for comfort. You fit fly. We may be key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep. All you need do is just pitch your tent with You Fit Fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage, and others. If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity. At the Fit Fly office, Success House, 7 Up Road, Iliana Mona Stage, Woodwood, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort.
Welcome back. We're still on to Sports Arena on your Super Dial on 103.5 FM. And of course, we still giving you the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sport. I still have Nelson with me, and we are still doing justice to several talking points from Nigeria right there down to the foreign scene. Then still talking about the Nigerian Basketball Federation. Nelson, you were saying something before we went out for that commercial break. Still talking about this MBBF, we still doubting the issue even from the main team. And when they went to Angola, they went by road and several other issues surrounding the camp of, those guys. Also, now to the female team of the Nigeria basketball team. Now, we few days told the tournament, the MBBF came out and said they want to do a tryout.
That's where the problem really lies. I'll just say this: it's a big shame because it's now 18 days to the AfroBasket, and you are going on a trial, and this trial is at 3 different locations, not just a particular place, 3 different locations. So how do you now bring this team together with a new manager on board? A new manager, how do you bring this team together and put them together to make sure that they deliver? They are the defending champions. All you need to do is names that are there already that you can just call up, and if you want to add, you can just add some little to this set of girls and execute this. 18 days to the AfroBasket, and you are doing a trial.
I think the reason why they are doing this is because some of those guys promised to boycott this Afro basket, and that is why they are, open people to just come and try out and let's go to this tournament. But
Try out. It is bound to fail because it is very close. Other teams have been preparing for months, for years.
We still have a team that will be representing Nigeria as we speak.
That's it. 18 days, just 18 days. And you are doing trial, not in one location, three different locations.
Lagos, Abuja, and Chicago.
That's
So
imagine.
How will you bring them? To form that synergy in the team. How do you? Bring them to to face other African giants when it comes to basketball.
No, that's a problem.
That's not we're not expecting any good result.
That's just the simple truth. That's just the simple truth.
Okay, we're from basketball this afternoon. Let's get straight to football. Definitely, we're starting from the home scene because in the Nigeria Super 8 just yesterday, Remo Stars defeating MPFL champions. Talking about the People's Elephants of Enyimba, 2-1. Definitely, it's looking more interesting. I've seen Remo Stars defeating Enyimba just yesterday. Don't forget, later today, action will resume. Okay, Nelson, before we move forward, let's talk about the Nigeria Super 8. We saw the first, playoff where we saw several regions playing against each other. And yesterday, we saw the first match in Group A between Remo Stars and People's Elephants of Enyimba. We saw a very interesting game, but at the end of the day, it was a victory for Remo Stars. Over the years, we saw what Remo Stars are able to do. They will be going to the CAF Champions League later next season. A massive improvement in that team to the point that they defeat the Nigerian champions Enyimba 2-1 yesterday.
Yes, and it's now a new thing. Like Enyimba has now become a regular customer for Remo Stars. Right now, I think in 4 games Enyimba has won Remo Stars, and that one yesterday also proved the fact that right now it's more or less like they've become regular customers of Remo Stars. But they'll take nothing away from Remo Stars' impressive performance, and that goes to show that they are not here to play. They are here to do justice and of course get the trophy, the title at the Nigeria Super 8. We expect more. Another action is set to go down today. By the way, Rivers United and Aqua.
Rivers United will be hosting Lobby Stars, and of course Aqua United against Yobe Stars.
Yes, so we expect much more from that. So it's going to be beautiful sight to watch today in the Nigeria Super 8. But then, congratulations to Remo Stars, by the way. It's not easy when you beat the champion,
the reigning
champion of the MPL, the Nigerian Premier League. But then
it's looking more interesting because seeing this tournament, it's looking like the biggest tournament we have in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's the biggest. Right? It's the biggest.
Financial aspect, the packaging and all that.
And the packaging as well is the biggest. And so, thumbs up to Remo Stars and Benga Ogunodede for what he has done with the boys. Beautiful team, and the way they play too. It's
tactically sound.
It's an attractive form of football, by the way. And right now, I think in the next few years, they will be getting the title if care is not taken, and that's what we want to see. The Ikene boys are actually doing wonderful.
Okay, these are the two teams that will be representing Nigeria right here at the CAF Champions League, both Enyimba and of course Remo Stars. Don't forget that we have a new rule right there at the CAF Champions League. There's not a second way out going to the Confederation Cup again. Once you lose out, you're out of the tournament. Also,
you're not going to the CAF Confederation Cup. So that means Enyimba and Remo Stars should win their second preliminary round. They should win the first. If they fail to win the first, they are out already.
Yeah.
If they fail to win the second again, they are also out.
Definitely, they have to prepare.
Previously, if you win the second, if you lose the second preliminary round, you are dropping down to the CAF Confederation Cup. But right now, it's either you win or you are out of CAF competition totally.
Okay, 2 p.m. Nigerian time today to be the turn of Aqua United against Yobe Stars, and 4:30 p.m. Nigeria time Rivers United against Lobby Stars of Makurdi. That is from Group B. And in Group A, tomorrow to be the time where we see Remo Stars against Castina United in another beautiful match, and Enyimba will be hosting Sporting Lagos. Let's talk about Sporting Lagos. We saw their success at the NNL playoff where we saw them getting promoted to the MPM next season. They have been so impressive this during the NNL. We saw what they did, very impressive. Going to the Nigerian Premier League next season, but then they will be facing Enyimba tomorrow. What are you expecting are from Sporting Lagos. Remember, they'll be playing in Lagos and they have the backing of the fans.
Yeah, they have the backing of the fans, but then you are still playing against one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in Nigeria, and of course also a big club as well in the African scene. That's talking about Enyimba. So forget the fact that Red Monsters actually defeated them. I don't think the Enyimba boys, the People's Elephants, will want to lose twice in a row, and that means that that's a woeful performance coming from them at this point. Well, for Sporting Lagos, qualifying for the MPL is something interesting, by the way. They qualified this just less than 2 years, about a year that it was founded, the club was founded, and they've done beautiful well. So right now, I don't think they can stop Enyimba in this one. To be honest, I don't think so. It will be a big surprise if they actually do that. That's defeating Enyimba, by the way. But then I think they can still give Enyimba a run for their money.
Okay, let's wait and see what will happen tomorrow at the Nigeria Super 8. And of course, we talk about the NNS standing. Also, don't forget that in the Northern Conference, the likes of Canopilla and Katsina United get promoted to the MPL. And definitely, we talk about that on the show. Don't forget, in Group B, where we have the likes of Sporting Lagos and of course, Atlant of Owerri. Topping that particular Southern Conference. Don't forget, yesterday, the match between Canopillas and of course, Atlant Football Club of ended 2-0 in favor of Atlant, defeating Canopillas right there at the NNF final. Interesting match to see. Atlant of Owerri still remain unbeaten as far as we're concerned this season. After playing 14 matches, they won 9 games. Drew 5 games, and of course, 0 defeats this season.
It goes to show that they don't belong to the NNL. It was just quite unfortunate for them that the previous season, prior to this one, they actually got relegated into the NLL, and right now they are back. Bigger and better, of course, with Canopillas, but going unbeaten, that's quite huge. And they are previous winners of the then Nigeria Professional Football League, and right now they are also back, and they came back undefeated. That's quite huge for them. That's a big one.
Okay, now the next season we are expecting Canopillas, Katsina United, Sporting Lagos, and of course Atlant Football Club of Owerri back to the Nigeria Premier League. Definitely, we have this experienced team talking about Katsina United, Canopillas, and of course Atlant of Owerri. The only new team that will be featuring next season will be Sporting Lagos. What are we expecting from these guys when we talk about the MPL next season?
Now, it depends on one thing. Now, it depends on the tactical ability of the managers, one, and of course, it depends on how the management of this team backs these players up. See, I would not be surprised if you are going far to the north and you are going by road.
We still don't know. We
don't even know if the league is going to be
the league next season. Yeah.
Yes, we don't know if it's all going to be an
but by
fashion.
Do you think we should continue the brick fashion?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think 38 games straight up would be nice. At least you have much more competitions to play, and of course you have to play every other team as well, not just limited to 9 teams, and it does not make sense. So I think you playing 19 teams in 38 matches, that would be the best thing. And I think they need to cut off the way the games are being jam-packed. It's not nice at all. I think right now they can start very early, but here's another problem. They have not started. We don't know.
We don't know the
when
format.
it's going to start.
Yes.
So that's where
But rumor has the first one will kickstart next month. But then we've not seen the pictures. We've not seen anything. We are
not prepared. That's why
we're always coming late.
We're always coming late.
But then Nelson, MPL will be back in Lagos next season.
Yes, and that's after MFM actually lost the mantle and they got down. Right now, they are not even coming up again. So Sporting Lagos quite interesting, and so the Lagos people out there will be able to see their darling team also playing in the MPL. So congratulations to Sporting Lagos.
Alright, so talking sports in a big way. Next season is going to be interesting because the likes of Canopillas and of course Katsina United are back in the MPL. Don't to forget Atlant Football Club of Owerri are also back. We have so many stories to give you this afternoon, but then again we'll be going on a short commercial break, and when we return, don't forget to join Mutura Yakubu on Sportainment. We'll be back.
You may be key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep.
All you need do is just pitch your tent with UFit Fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage, and others.
If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity.
At the Fit Fly office, Success House, 7 Up Road, Iliana Mona Stage, Woodwood, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort.
Oh la la! Have you been to a top-notch hotel in Ibadan? A one-stop at Hotel The Field in Bodija. It is an experience you don't want to miss. The aesthetic edifice is laced with 24 hours electricity supply, AC tight rooms, serene environment, courteous staff, and all comfort you can ever think of. Don't go too far. Sample our services. We have superior bed space, executive bed space, deluxe, studio, big space for all occasions, with all the comforts you can ever think of within and outside the country, Nigeria. Visit number 1B, Ululunge Street, Salami Estate, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 08033-950-705. Hotel The Field, one stop for comfort.
Hello and welcome to Sportainment on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Muturayo Yakubu. Manchester City midfielder Bernardo Silva has tied the knot with stunning model Ines Thomas in front of 250 guests, including his teammates and the singer ex-April Ivy. Joao Felix, who is on loan spell at Chelsea, also attended along with his actress and model ex Margarida Cosero, who has recently been linked to F1 star Lando Norris. The ceremony and celebration took place on Saturday at a hilltop hotel and winery on a 120-hectare vineyard estate in the Douro Valley, an hour and a half's drive inland from the northern Portuguese city of Porto. Ines, who is pregnant with the couple's first child, looks stunning as she said "I do" in an Oscar de la Renta wedding dress. In April, the couple announced they were expecting their first child. They published the same photo on their Instagrams with the identical message, "We can't wait to meet you. The best is yet to come." Kylian Mbappe has his holiday in the US as he tried his hand at a game of Jenga. The PSG and France forward is currently on a summer break after a grueling, hugely again being spotted enjoying successful season. For his club side, Mbappe netted 41 goals in 43 games, while he also had 13 more goals for Le Blues across the past 12 months, which included winning the Golden Boot at the World Cup in Qatar. However, there is currently uncertainty over his future with the Parisians after he confirmed a desire to leave the club upon the expiry of his contract in June 2024. Meanwhile, chaos has engulfed PSG in recent days after boss Christophe Galtier, who is widely expected to be replaced by Luis Enrique in the role, was reportedly taken into police custody after allegations of racism while in charge of night. Manchester United are blasted for the tone-deaf comment on David De Gea's wedding Instagram post as he marries Eden Garcia in a lavish wedding in Menorca, just a day after leaving Old Trafford on a free agent. After 12 years at the club, as United returned on a contract offer earlier this year and he faces an uncertain future. The Spanish keeper didn't let the disappointment of being released by United phase in as he tied the knot with a long-term partner Eden Garcia at a lavish wedding ceremony in Menorca. The couple were all smiles as they posed on the special occasion, which came after they also enjoyed a pre-wedding celebration on the Balearic. Former Super Eagles striker Obinna Nsofo has married his long-term partner Anastasia Radi. The 36-year-old attacker, a former player for Chievo and West Ham, shared photos from the wedding on his Instagram page on Thursday. Osofa welcomed a daughter with his partner Anastasia in 2021. Gary and Christian Horner were spotted soaking up the sun on the beach in Miami ahead of the Formula One Grand Prix in the city this weekend. Gary showcased a stunning figure in a alternate swimsuit, richly layered with a white blouse which was tied loosely around her waist. Lusoria Troy showcased her toned legs as she strolled along the sandy trails before joining her husband on a set of some wonders. She later added a pair of smart shorts to her ensemble and accessory with a stone-colored baseball cap to guard her complexion from the rays. That's all we have on Sportainment on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Muturayo Yakubu. Thank you for listening.
Alright, Mutrayo, thank you for that, for giving us the gist coming from the world of sport this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Over to you, Nelson. We're still discussing several issues right there on Sport Arena on Honor 103.5 FM, and we still give you the latest and the biggest coming from the world of sports. Away from other stories, let's get back to transfer because of our time. We still have several stories to talk when it comes to transfer. And not to forget that Mason Mount is now a United player, and of course, several people, several Chelsea fans are showing their grievances, their annoyance at seeing Mason Mount going to United. But for you, Nelson, do you think it's a good deal seeing Mason Mount making that big move to United?
Well, for who Mason Mount is actually, and the style of play, plays as a number 8 most times, and that is actually a very, very he's actually a good player in terms of goals and assists. He's a good player in that regard. Now, it all boils down to what Eric Ten Hag wants to do, and actually it's going to be a beautiful sight to see next season what he tends to do with this team with Mason Mount in it. It's either it's bound to succeed or it does not succeed. And then many people are thinking about the number 7. I don't think it's
number 7.
I don't think it has anything to do with it, because number 1 is actually not a winger, and so if you cannot dribble a player, you're not a winger, so it does not concern you. All you just need to do is give those 1, 2
give the assist and get the goals
and get the goals right. And of course, for Mason Mount, the ability to take on, to press on, is actually nice, and that's where he has that strength to actually take on, and of course have that progressive passes on forward. And for that was what he actually wanted to do with not Casemiro right now, Christian Eriksen last season. For most of last season, we were expecting Casemiro to. Sorry, I said Casemiro again. Christian Eriksen. Most people were saying, "Oh, since Christian Eriksen is here, Bruno Fernandes to the bench because of what happened the previous season before the last." But right now, we saw what Eric Ten Hag did. They actually tweaked something and make sure that in that midfield, Eriksen and Bruno could actually play together. But there was something lacking. With the fact that Eriksen can actually hold up play, build up play, control balls, he lacked one thing, and that was the power. Right now, you've got a Mount. Right now, you've got a Mount who has that power, the ability to move the ball there. And I think I'm looking in the way of how what's his name, Pep Guardiola actually also does with Rodri sitting behind, and you have Kelvin De Bruyne and Gundogan or Bernardo Silva, whichever way, in that middle. That's what I'm also seeing. You have a double number 8, whereby he plays from the right and Bruno Fernandes playing from the left, interchanging passes. That's what I'm seeing. Or maybe you see a Bruno Fernandes going out wide, which I don't think is going to be possible. Because we've got more right wingers right now. Amad Diallo is still there, and
Anthony is still there.
And
as we speak, we still have Martial, we still have Rashford.
We still have Rashford will actually take the left hand side. By the way,
but Nelson, I'm trying to figure my head out, because I'm trying to see how United is going to file out next season. They have this good play from the midfield. The likes of Casemiro is still there. They still have the ball playing midfielders. But then, will this be possible without having a standing number 9 next season?
For everything said and done, Martial is still the number 9.
because I can't imagine seeing the likes of Bruno Fernandes.
They're still going for a number 9. You might say Harry Kane, but right now it's not feasible because everything from what Man United have been saying, which I can tell you that categorically is a big lie, is that they have 150 million to spend every transfer window. That's what we've been hearing.
Yeah,
you have
that's
150 million to spend, and at the end of the day, you see them spend more than that. But then, Kane is a no-go area now.
For now.
And that's why they are going for Rasmus Højlund, who is an Atalanta player, and they think they can actually get that player. From all indications, we understand that personal terms have been agreed. It's all left for the price deal. And another indication, from another report that we have that I got right now, is that is likely going to force his move if Atalanta does not want him to go. So I think with Højlund, we can actually get it. Man United can actually get a striker and look for another one next season.
That will take us to Andre Onana deal.
All right. Well, from what we understand, the deal is almost concluded. 50 million euros plus 5 million add-ons. That is how it will be. The personal terms have been agreed already, and that's going to be a beauty seeing Andre Onana in that goalkeeping line, distributing those ball-playing goalkeeper, and that's what what's his name? Erik ten Hag needs. He wants a ball-playing defender. There's a style he wants to
play. And I believe he can achieve it with the team he's having currently.
And what he's actually, those that he actually wants to get, he has gotten Mount. He wants Andre Onana. He wants Andre Onana. So he's building this from the back, and having Andre Onana will actually do so. And don't forget, Man United are also interested in getting another goalkeeper, which will serve as a second choice goalkeeper, a black Japanese. What's his name? Suzuki Zion. And I think it's 20 years or 20. I think it's 20 years, right? Was born in 2002, and of course he's expected to take on the second choice goalkeeper of Man United. So interesting times ahead, and let's see how it goes. It's either it succeeds brilliantly or it fails woefully.
Okay, we wait and see what will happen next season. But then I'm expecting a brilliant performance from United next season, with the fact that they're getting all what they need to face City and all the big guns right there in the MPFL. I mean, I said MPFL in the EPL next season. Okay, away from United, let's go straight to the camp of Chelsea. We know what is going on right there at London, because several players are leaving Chelsea this season, and of course, the captain of the team, Cesar, also is out of that team. Brilliant player, a brilliant performance he did for Chelsea. Several history he made right there at Chelsea. Remember, he won the FIFA World Club Cup with Chelsea. Which was very interesting to see.
He has won everything.
He has won everything
with Chelsea.
Brilliant captain, a massive cap for Chelsea also. Sad seeing him leaving Chelsea this time around.
Well, I think a player will have to go at the end of the day. That's just the truth of the matter. But then for Chelsea fans, I would tell you not to be scared. I think I know what he's trying to do. Push out these players so that there will be opportunity for others that will come in. Granted, he's still going to sign players. But then those that are not in the plans should leave first. And that's why you are seeing him telling players to go. The likes of Kai Havertz is gone already. Mason Mount, you understand, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Christian Pulisic might also be going from now. We'll be signing with AC Milan. So he just wants them to leave. Let them go first. Then there will be room, opportunities for new players to come in. He doesn't want to just bring in players and pack them together with the ones that are there. Let us see those that will stay, and let's see those that will go, and let's see where the places that we're going to strengthen. I think that's what he's going to do.
Okay, that will take us to Mason Mount's issue again, because immediately after he left Chelsea, we have several people pointing out their grievances. Seeing Mount leaving, the likes of Reece James block him on social media. Do you think it's necessary seeing all this coming from Chelsea fans?
That's just that. I don't.
Probably because they believe he's one of their own. Probably they feel he's one of their homegrown player.
I don't think it's because he's one of their homegrown player. But I think it's all about going to your direct rival. That's just it. It's just like going to your direct rival. And it reminds me of one player, forgetting his name. He actually wanted to go to Liverpool at one point in time, a Man United player then. But then he had to sign for, and at this again time, I've forgotten his name. He had to sign for Real Madrid. And of course, before signing, it was put there that you're not going to leave from Liverpool until 2 years. So that's just it. It's all about what's it called, rivalry, and that's just it. But I don't.
Gone are those days. You will never see the likes of Wayne Rooney leaving United for Chelsea or Liverpool, or seeing Gerrard. I mean, making that move to Chelsea.
Yeah, it's more like seeing Gerrard going to Liverpool.
Chelsea, yeah.
Seeing Gerrard going to Man United rather, because that Northwest rivalry is always there. And so, but now. Everything, it's just basically football. And so, from what he said it's Man United. He said he saw their project, and when they came in for him, he decided that he was going to Man United. So
technically, we know Mount know he's going to leave Chelsea even before at the beginning of the transfer. Probably he have that in mind. He saw what was going on right there at Chelsea. I think it's still a right move for Mason Mount. So we'll see what will happen next season. Several other talking points coming from transfer. Declan Rice deal to Arsenal. It has been interesting for Arsenal this season. We saw them bringing the likes of Kai Havertz to the team. From last season, we saw what they did also, and this season they're trying to strengthen the team even from the middle of the park. Bringing Rice to the team again, massive transfer for them this season.
Yes, and that's because one player has actually failed them. Thomas Partey has actually failed them. Well, for me, I don't really like England players, but I'd like to take an exception for Declan Rice. And one thing he's very good at, I will tell you, I can bank on it, he's very good at this. Interception. He's very good at it. But then his tackles are very low.
Okay.
And that's where there might actually be a problem. Because his tackles are very, very, according to statistics, on a percentage about 54.
Yeah.
And that's on an average.
But he has good interception.
For a DM. But what he's good at actually is interception and clearances. He's actually good at that. And you having someone that is not good at tackle, because what I'm thinking in my head is a 4-3-3 formation for Mikel Arteta, and I will have Declan Rice, and Odegaard and Kai Havertz.
That will be a big problem for them.
That's going to be a big problem, because I think Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard, I think they are very soft.
Yeah,
to me,
they can't do the marking for you. They can't do the pressing you want.
And you having a player that is not as on an average as a DM. Fine, he has that interception. Intercepts very well. That's where there will actually be a little problem. He has to work on his tackles very well, and that will be a very big one for them, by the way.
Okay, away from that, football this afternoon, we'll talk about Formula One, because this weekend the big one will happen at the British Grand Prix. We saw what happened at the Austria Grand Prix. Max Verstappen and of course Mercedes are doing what they know how to do best. But Nelson, we'll talk about that just right after this commercial break.
You know the key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep.
All you need do is just pitch your tent with your feet fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage, and others.
If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity.
At the Fit Fly office, Success House, 7 Road, Iliana Mona Stage, Woodwood, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort.
Oh la la. Have you been to a top-notch hotel in Ibadan? A one-stop job. It is an experience you don't want to miss. The aesthetic edifice is laced with 24 hours electricity supply, AC tight rooms, serene environment, courteous staff, and all comfort you can ever think of. Don't go too far. Sample our services. We have superior bed space, executive bed space, deluxe, studio, big space for all occasions, with all the comforts you can ever think of within and outside the country. Nigeria. Visit number 1B, Ululunge Street, Salami Estate, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 08033-950-705 or tell the field one stop for comfort.
When it seems like everything around.
Alright, you welcome back. We're We're still on to Sport Arena, and definitely we'll continue from Formula One this afternoon. And don't forget, this weekend, British Grand Prix is set to go down. And I must confirm to you the second practice section where we have the likes of Max Verstappen of Red Bull taking the podium position also. And not to forget Carlos Sainz of Ferrari in the second position. And don't be surprised, Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes in the 15th position. Looking more difficult for the likes of Mercedes this season. We saw what happened at the Austria Grand Prix. We were thinking Mercedes will be bringing up the big challenge, but then it's looking like a season for Red Bull Max Verstappen.
We've said it, I've said it, Ayomiko, over and over again, but then 2-3 weeks ago they actually raised my hopes of actually doing a comeback, but then it has also gone down the wire right now. The point is, it's Red Bull's season to lose.
Okay.
It's Red Bulls all the way right now. And for Max,
so we are not expecting anything special from.
Is driving like a man on fire. Is driving like a man rejuvenated once again, and is doing everything to make sure that he keeps that position for them, and that's a big one. Big one for them. So I think right now Silverstone is the home ground of Lewis Hamilton. Why not do justice and win at your home ground? But then it's not starting brightly.
Okay.
Now we wait for Sunday and let's see what will happen.
Okay, we're from Formula 1. Let's talk tennis because it's getting more interesting when we go to Wimbledon. I must confirm to you several matches, and also we've not seen those big upsets coming right from Wimbledon. We've seen the likes of the big guys dominating all through, but then Carlos Alcaraz is doing brilliantly well as far as we are concerned in Wimbledon.
Yeah, every one of them is doing well, and I must actually praise one, and that's Andy Murray. He got injured, but then he actually played throughout the end of that tournament, of that game, and actually won. And also, the man also that everybody is actually fearing right now is going on a streak. He has won Wimbledon 4 times in a row, 7 times in his career, and wants to win it for the 8th time. And that's Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, he'll be in action tomorrow against.
He actually defeated Stan Wawrinka yesterday, and it was a 3 straight set. He walloped Stan Wawrinka. He's now bullying everybody, and he's not trying to slow down. I think the Golden Slam is on for him. If he should win Wimbledon, guy, I think
answer for him.
Answer for him because that means 24 times Grand Slam winner. Okay. That's a big one.
Okay, and in female category, the likes of Iga Swiatek will be in action tomorrow. And not to forget, Jessica Pegula will also be in action tomorrow. But then a brilliant performance from Osjabon in a matches also. We still hope and see what she will be able to do. But then let's talk about Iga Swiatek, the world number 1. Tomorrow she will be in action against Belinda Bezic tomorrow. What are you expecting from that? Win.
Yeah.
All right. Nelson, thank you for joining us on the show this afternoon. It's time to say our BYE on the show. But don't forget, we'll be back here on Monday to give you the biggest and the best coming from the world of sport. My name is Ayomiko Adeni. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. I'm your sporting investor. Stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I am out of the studio.